Welcome back to the Stache Club Wrestling Podcast, episode 80.
Wow, the big 80.
I only say it on monumental occasions.
Wow,
yeah,
it's a big one.
I figure why say it every time, but figured episode 80 was a big enough one.
Wow, that is a big one. Shout out to us.
Shout out to us.
Shout out to you
Shout
guys.
out to us. Shout out to you. This is today's free episode. If you want this episode ad-free as well as a weekly bonus episode, go over to patreon.com/Stache Club Wrestling for only $5.99 a month.
Come on.
You get all that. That's 8 total ad-free episodes.
Come on. Are you kidding me?
And then 4 exclusive ones that are a part of that 8.
Support the boys.
So go over there.
Thank you.
Anywho, we are going over King and Queen of the Ring, plus the Fallout on Raw. We're going over Double or Nothing. We're going over what happened on Dynamite. Obviously some stuff. We're gonna get the biggest stuff out of the way. Some stuff is so much to talk about. There's 4 shows to talk about, so a lot of stuff's gonna bleed over into the Patreon. But we're gonna make sure we get the biggest stuff on the main show.
Yep.
But I wanted to start out with King and Queen of the Ring.
Yep.
Plus, like I said, some of the fallout that happened on Raw. However, so we got some business to take care of for this first show. We got should have had it prepared.
There we go.
The SCW Predictions Championship was on the line twice.
Wow, big weekend.
This weekend.
Big weekend
Huge
for the bell.
weekend.
Yep.
Dante, I am honored to say you did win the King and the Queen of the Ring by 1 point.
Wow.
You won King and Queen of the Ring by 1 point.
Because I know we had there are a few wrong picks that me and you had, and then the point differential. And I was wondering, because I forgot what your actual points were, if I was going to have enough to win. But hey, feels good. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've had this on my shoulder.
Yeah, I think the big one was Lyra losing. These are the two. Lyra losing and then Becky losing.
Yeah.
I think Becky losing was the big turn.
That was just my 1 and 2. Those are my 1 and 2 picks.
That was my 1 and 3.
There it is. There it was. Makes sense why I won by 1
Right,
point.
right.
Yeah.
The math is
All right.
mathing.
Cool. Feels good.
But we're going to start off at the top of the show. We didn't even do predictions for this. It's got announced afterward. Jade and Bianca retain against Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell.
Did.
Cool match. I thought Jade and Bianca had the best women's attire of the night.
Sure.
Like the long sleeves.
They look like a team.
They look like a team.
They look like a good team.
I liked their tag team finisher. It was like this
crazy.
this DDT that went into an assisted suplex sort of fucking thing.
A lot was going on there.
Convoluted, but I like it. Convoluted, but I like it. Like you said, they look like a team. I think they're doing a great job at. Seeming as powerful as single stars.
Sure.
While being a team.
Because they're still having their
singles.
singles matches and stuff like that too, and it's like you put them together and it's like they're stronger together type of thing. So yeah.
I don't know if they both needed to be in the Queen of the Ring tournament in that case.
Sure.
Considering they both lost.
Yeah, right.
But what are you going to do?
Especially Bianca, because she got pinned clean by Nia, which happened to SmackDown before.
But I'm excited to see where this team goes.
Yeah.
I think it's probably the best, the most promising the women's tag titles have had in a while. I liked when Damage Control had them, but admittedly, they hadn't had a whole lot of matches.
So that's the thing. Like they're defending the belts. It seems like they had that number 1 contenders match on Raw, and that's not even who won. LeRae and Hartwell didn't even win that match. So they have another defense coming up. As long as they're booked right, it definitely is the strongest, more like powerful team that has had the belts, I guess. You know what I mean? Where it's like, I don't think they're going to be losing it anytime soon. I think the only way they lose it if one turns on the other. That's like,
I think we'll eventually
down the line,
get that,
down the line, but that's the only way I see it happening at this point. But
yeah, I even see like the turn, or like they lose the match clean. Like whenever they lose the belts, lose the match clean. And one Bianca whatever turns on Jade.
Right.
That's a money feud.
100%. Yeah, that's a WrestleMania potential main event.
And then we had surprising. I didn't expect this. Liv Morgan defeats Becky Lynch to win the Women's World Championship.
Thanks to Dominic Mysterio.
Dom tried to help Becky beat Liv. It backfired. Which, real quick, I get it. Maybe I don't have to read into any more than I don't have to read into it more than I do, but I don't fully get Dom, like, either way, Rhea doesn't have the belt.
Right.
You know? So,
yeah.
I guess Rhea and Liv have the rivalry, so I guess
and he
that's
just wants to make sure Liv doesn't win the belt or anything.
Guess.
But at the same time, I feel like it was just kind of like, it was a good match, and then he got involved, and it's like, oh.
I thought the first half I thought was a little slow. Second half, I think really picked up for me.
for sure. But yeah, no, I mean, I've been getting so many fucking spam calls the last like week or so.
I should have answered it.
Well, yeah, I picked up last night and it was fucking actually my Xfinity. And they're like, oh, you qualify to like switch phone plans. And I'm like, I'm all set with Verizon. And she's like, well, hear me out. And I'm like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, I just felt like I get it. Like, I understand the story aspect of it. And like,
it just doesn't make that much sense for like him to like.
He went all the way to Saudi Arabia.
We went all the way to Saudi Arabia, and just to make like why would he rather Becky have it?
Also, Becky was in the middle of her submission, and it was looking good at that point.
Yeah.
And it's like you didn't have to like, you could have just still been like, oh no, she's got it. Got it. It's not like Liv was getting the upper hand and then Dom got involved. It was, things were looking good for Becky, and then surprise win.
To Liv's credit, though, she looks good with the belt.
100%. Yeah. I mean, well deserved. She definitely deserves it. I just thought it was going to be a little bit more of like a building up to it a little bit more.
I mean, shocked how quick this Becky reign is. I mean, that's another one in the history books for her, but shocked how quick this
I mean, her contract is up.
Yeah.
Supposedly. So maybe that plays a part into it too.
There's no shot she doesn't resign.
Oh, 1,000%. I think it's just one of those things where it's like she's going to take some time or like just, build into that. Because she's been talking about it. Like when she did that, I have it in my contract. The announcers, I believe, made note of it. So it's like, I feel like they're playing into it.
People are already saying Rebecca Quinn all elite.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely not. But yeah, no, I think maybe that had something to do with it too. But hey, I'm happy for Liv. Like you said, she looks good with the belt, and I'm sure she'll have a good reign.
On Raw, Liv then defeated Becky Lynch to retain in a steel cage match with yet more quote, now quote, inadverted, heavy quotes, help from Dominic.
Shenanigans.
Braun Strowman was chasing JD around all night.
Yeah.
And then
I don't know if I like that.
The Jade
him
Braun
getting
stuff.
Involved in the match. I think it like I
a little wacky.
I understand why it added to the finish and stuff, but I feel like it kind of took away from what the women were doing in the match.
It did. You know, that's funny because I did during like the conclusion of the match, and then you see there's what 1, 2, 3, like 4 or 5 men just like outside the ring doing and like. It ended up because like Judgment Day is still tied to the women's title because Dom is trying to get it back for Rhea. Like what? Like there are loose ties, but I definitely get where it's like the ending had Finn, JD, Braun, Dom just like all around the ring, just like taken away from like
And again, I understand the story behind it. Like when Finn and JD came out, I was just like, why are we like this is just too much. Like this is just.
I was kind of fine with it only because it was like they're trying to get Dom back. They're like, stop.
But then they were like, all right, like we're going like you whatever. And that Braun was chasing around JD all night,
which I like for the sake of just like it was a funny bit throughout the show,
continuing the whole night and stuff. Yeah. So I mean, I get it. It's just when it happened initially, I was thinking. That took away.
It was
from
a little
the match
silly
itself.
Yeah,
So
what happened to catch everyone up? What happened was steel cage door was open. Dom was helping Becky escape. Braun is circling the ring, chasing after JD. Whatever, ends up blasting into Dom. Dom goes into the door. Boom, whacks Becky with the door. Oh no! Then that kind of allowed Liv to get the easy escape out the door. Then what happened was Raw went off the air before this happened. And then like instantly their social media team was like, this is what happened.
You missed it.
Liv plants a big one.
Big old hits.
Big smoocheroonie on Dom.
Saw a little tongue in there too.
Okay,
I'm just saying.
So, it's
we got a little love.
We got a little soap opera stuff
going on.
Some
soap opera.
Which I think we've been missing for a little bit.
One of the a funny tweet I saw, it's like Rey Mysterio on the outside still hates his son, but deep down he's got to be like, I'm proud of you, Dom. Rhea and Liv. You know what I mean?
You gotta be like, well, hey, swingers swing. Yeah, hey.
That's my son. That's my boy. But
hate his guts, but just like his daddy.
Goddamn player, just like his father.
Gets it after his pops. Ooh, can't blame him for that. Can't blame him for that Mysterio blood. That's the thing.
He's got me. That's definitely my son.
That's me.
For sure.
That's the me in him.
But yeah, no, interesting turn. Obviously, whenever Rhea does come back, like, I don't know if it's like mind games. I'm on the fence of like, is Dom in on this where he's like looking like he's trying to help Becky, but in reality he's helping Liv. They had like some backstage segments. There was like I don't know if it was this past Raw or the one before. Liv got out of the car with Finn and stuff like that. So there's like,
I've also just been seen, like you said, backstage coming out of a locker room.
Right. She had the bandana in her pocket. So it's like, which I like, because it's like you don't know what's actually happening here.
The story that I'm seeing on TV, though, and is how it came across with Dom's reaction, because that's what I think the story is Dom is actually siding with Liv and is going to leave Judgment Day, and that's the whole going to be, adding the Dom part to the feud with Rhea. But what it seems like, especially after Raw went off the air, because that's not like, what sort of plan would that be if like Dom, like Dom didn't plan to get hit by Braun into the cage.
Like inadvertent.
Yeah, so that's totally inadvertent.
He also didn't kiss her back.
That's the thing.
Didn't kiss her back.
He didn't kiss her back.
It was a one-sided kiss.
And then the camera like kind of quickly showed Dom, and he was just he was pretty taken aback, you know? And again, that could be playing in, like, next week on Raw, it could be like I tricked all you. I am in love with Liv.
Right, 100%.
But the story that they told on Raw was that, like kind of like the other thing, like you were saying, is it was all inadvertent, and Liv is like, kind of doing the mind games thing where she's like acting as if like, oh, see, Dom, you helped me win. Here's a kiss for that,
Yeah, it's kind of like Dom is just fucking up, trying to help Becky, and it's helping Liv, and then like, Liv is just like taking advantage of it and like really getting into Rhea's head, Judgment Day's head, whatever it may be, and then whenever Rhea does come back, obviously that's the feud. But
I think the more interesting story is if like Dom ends up being like with Liv. Taking this belt off. Yeah, because he don't gotta wear it all the time. Yeah, the more interesting story seems like, I think I'd prefer if it's like Dom, Liv stole Dom from Rhea, whatever. But like the way they've been doing it is all like, well, nothing's been intentional other than backstage stuff.
Yeah, maybe they say, if that is the case, maybe they save that for when Rhea comes back, and it's like they have the segment, whatever, they're all in the ring, and then that's when it's revealed that Dom was. Or maybe the Judgment Day is like, you're out, Liv's in.
Sure.
There's a few different things.
Or they could like be leading to it, where like Dom's like, well, Liv treats me better. Or just like that could be it too. Building to that relationship. I don't know.
It's a love triangle, right?
It's a love triangle. We're back to the soap operas, which you
need a few.
You need a few
stories like that.
Back to King Queen of the Ring. Sami Zayn retains the Intercontinental Championship against Chad Gable and Bronson Reed. My biggest takeaway was they needed like 7 more minutes.
I felt like the match could have been longer.
They needed 7.
It could have been longer.
It was fun. Besides that, everyone got their stuff in. Everyone looked good.
They got the job done. They told the story.
Yeah,
but
Sami felt like a god in Saudi Arabia. A couple of highlights here where Sami hits a huge Blue Thunder Bomb on Bronson Reed, and Chad Gable hit a double stack suplex on the two. Bronson Reed was going for it, and Chad switched to the back. And it's a fun match. Like I said, everyone got their stuff in. It just didn't seem like it hit that gear, and maybe they would have gotten there with some more time.
Sure.
But a lot of it, which the ending with like the Otis stuff and like Otis was like he wasn't accepting Chad's orders, and then he finally did, but he ended up kind of caught what was it, he was going to take out Sami, and then Sami ducked and he took out whatever.
Chad deserves some of the blame here. The way he's holding him up, it's easy to get hit. I mean, come on, let's be real here.
The second I saw him like holding him up like that, I was like, oh well,
Sami's just going to move. Yeah, he's just going to move.
I liked this. I think like I'm torn because the ending with the Otis stuff was so much story to tell in the Alpha Academy stuff. Ultimately, I think it took away from the match
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you needed the story to be told.
But I also that is true, but I honestly was expecting some sort of shenanigans like that. So to me, I was like, okay.
We both had Sami, so we didn't think Chad was gonna win.
Right, right. But yeah, I mean, I thought the match was good. Like you said, I think it could have been longer. If it hit that like final gear, I think it could have been a match of the night thing.
Yeah. It definitely was built. Like I thought it was gonna be like that's the workhorse show stealer match.
Right.
I don't think we got there. Either way, though, Sami felt huge. You know, we got way more Chad, and like we'll talk about what happened on Raw, but a lot of Chad and Alpha Academy stuff. Poor Bronson Reed.
Yeah, poor Bronson Reed, man. He's the fall guy, and
he really is. Speaking of that, though, on Raw, Chad Gable, for some reason, is giving Otis one more chance, sets him up to face Bronson Reed to kind of prove himself. During the match, Chad won't let Otis do the worm or hit the worm or caterpillar, whatever he calls it. The distraction by Gable kind of cost Otis the match. Bronson Reed picks up the dubski. This part I love.
Yeah, this was
say what you will. Like I didn't love the story too much being told or the way they told it in Saudi Arabia. This match was fine. The backstage stuff was fine, but this. Hold the ropes. Takes out his belt.
Woo! Yep, he's going to get some whipping.
A lot of belt whipping the past few months.
Oh, big time. Yeah, I can't help but think that I see someone holding the belt like that. I think of The Rock.
Exactly.
With the Cody Rhodes. Mama Rhodes.
So Chad, Mama Otis is probably shaking in her boots.
Mama Otis.
Goes to whip Chad. Chad goes to whip Otis. Maxine
stops him.
The crowd went fucking crazy.
They love her. They loved it.
The crowd went nuts. Sami comes out, try to talk some sense into Otis. And he was, he's kind of 50-50, whatever, but ultimately he stood by as Chad Gable attacked Sami Zayn. But, I mean, Maxine Dupree.
She's over.
People
like her. People like her. It's one of those things where the character's there, she's getting there, and she's improving every week in the ring. It's just things like that takes time. She was super green when she got called up a few years ago. Wasn't really like a wrestler. She was like a manager role type of thing. But no, she's really coming to her own.
If she spent some time, give her
go to honestly
6 to 8 months, even maybe just finish up this feud.
Send her to NXT.
Dip to NXT.
Honestly,
yeah, that's what I think.
I think that would be a good spot for her after all this is kind of done.
I agree. Because, like you said, the crowd loves her.
Yeah.
So it's like 100%. Just get that other third there and money.
And I'm happy we're getting closer and closer to the eventual Otis either turning on Gable or Gable kicking out Otis type of situation. And I'm happy because Otis had a really good singles run back in 2019, 2020. He had the whole thing with Mandy Rose going on. The pandemic hit. Things kind of getting weird. They gave him the Money in the Bank briefcase, which was kind of weird. So they had plans for him. It just kind of never materialized and all that. I mean, never really got his fair shot. So I'm hoping that whenever Otis does go solo, he gets. I'm not saying he's got to be a world champion, but I'm saying I think he deserves. He's a good wrestler. He's a good character. I hope he gets his shine.
When they let him go in the ring and he can drop some of the goofy stuff. I loved fucking Heavy Machinery.
Yeah, big time.
Heavy Machinery was so good. So yeah, there's a lot there. I think sometimes he's just not allowed, and he's meant
to be more of a comedy act at this point.
For sure. But when they just let him be the big guy and let him just run shit, he's really good.
He's a big guy, so they can do a lot with him.
But a lot going on with there. I think Maxine's gonna kind of come out in terms of Alpha Academy whenever they split or whatever. I mean, who I feel bad for is Tozawa.
He's just there.
Yeah,
he is just there.
Maxine,
he's always just kind of been there. I've always kind of felt like that since the beginning.
And you got to give him credit for that. He's just always just...
at least he's on TV.
He's on TV. Yeah. He's doing what he needs to do. There was one match...
Another guy that could do well in NXT, to be honest with you.
For sure. There was one match he had on Raw. I forget, it was some sort of tournament match or whatever, but it was the first time in forever they just let him have a match.
I think
he looked so good.
I think I could be wrong. I think he had a match for the Heritage Cup in NXT not too long ago. You know where it's like the
but there was something on Raw.
Yeah. I know what you mean. They had him fight. It was like the intergender match. Who did he fight on Raw like last year or two? Oh, Rhea, I think it was. I think he fought Rhea on an episode of Raw.
Fought Rhea?
I think so. They did like an intergender match. Oh yeah, Tozawa versus Rhea Ripley in 2022.
Oh, that's still not really what I'm thinking of. Let's see. I'm going to cage match. Wow, 8 whatever. I don't know what this
He
means.
did fight for the Heritage Cup like 6 months ago. Okay, so that's what I was thinking
matches.
of. But
Bronson Reed defeats Akira Tozawa. Maybe that's just what I'm thinking of. Bronson Reed. Tag titles, Battle Royal, Jinder Mahal. Maybe that's just what I'm thinking of. Oh, Academy.
Yeah. Number 1 contenders qualifying, maybe?
Where do you see that?
Top of the page, Raw. 18
for the tag titles?
Yeah. Number 1 contenders qualifying.
That's probably, I think that might be what, it's either that or it's the one versus.
A lot of Omos defeats Tozawa.
Yeah, on live show. That's crazy.
A lot of them. Oh my God. That's all he does.
Might have even been Akira Tozawa defeats Ivar. That might have been what it was too.
Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah.
In one of those matches, like he showed out. It might have been the Ivar one. Might have just been the tag team qualifier. Don't know. But he looked good. And that was like the first, the most recent reminder of like, oh wow, Tozawa's solid in the ring.
I mean, he's a former cruiserweight champion. He's he's held championships before. I actually saw him when I went to an episode of Raw when he beat Neville.
Really?
For the championship. Yeah, it was like they had a match at SummerSlam for the belt, but they were like, oh, we're actually going to do it a week earlier. Mm-hmm. And then Tozawa just got the upset win.
I'm looking at trying to find. All right, here we go.
16 times.
So I had let's see. All right, we'll go top to bottom. Other accomplishments. NXT North American Championship Invitational winner.
Okay.
Does that mean he had the North American Championship?
I don't think
Invitational
so.
winner.
I have no idea what
that
invitational winner means.
Dragon Gate Summer Adventure Tag League 2011. Dragon Gate Open Triangle Gate Tournament, whatever. I'm not really sure what Dragon Gate is, but had some Dragon. I honestly thought he had more like random accomplishments. 16 WWE 24/7.
Yep.
1 cruiserweight. For some reason I thought he had like more somewhere like either like in Japan or on like
he's been in WWE for a while.
Been WWE forever.
Yeah, because I think when they did the Cruiserweight Classic tournament, perhaps I think that's when he debuted, which was like in 2016, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds
Something
right.
like that.
So does Wiki. I'm just curious. Akira Tozawa, Dragon Gate 2005-2010. American Exploits. I don't know what that is.
No idea what
Looks
that
like
is.
some more Dragon Gate stuff. He's a stablemate with Moxley.
Oh wow. Oh, Sami Callihan too.
When the fuck did he debut? Here we go. 205 Live.
Yeah,
2016.
205 Live.
I honestly thought he was in WWE for longer. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I mean, fucking, that's crazy. He's been in the company for 8 years.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah, I hope how old is he? Let's see. 38.
Got time.
Yeah,
he's got time. He's
Cody.
Still a good wrestler. Yeah, he can be the future world champ.
Interesting. Anywho, King Queen of the Ring Nia Jax defeats Lyra Valkyria to become the Queen of the Ring.
Yes,
I think we both saw it coming. We were both riding with Lyra.
Yeah, and also the other thing is this got announced after the podcast.
Yes.
The winners of the King and Queen of the Ring get World Championship matches,
which is crazy.
I think. Yeah, I don't know how much that would have changed. I think I still would have picked Gunther, but in all honesty, I think that would have swayed me more to pick Nia.
I think so too.
But at the same time, like Lyra winning it would have been sick. But hey, Nia Jax, I mean, listen, she's a heel. I think it's good win for her. I mean, she's been incredible since she's been back. This is by far the best run she's had in the company.
The level she's improved since she was let go to her return.
It's night and day. It's night and day. So I get why they put the crown on her. Deserved, and the ending to the match, I mean, absolutely bonkers.
Really good,
bro.
Lyra was going for the fucking power slam type thing, and she just it's
one of those things. She hit it, and I was like, Okay, so yeah, no one's gonna kick out of this.
I will say, and maybe it's probably not my play. Like, what do I know? I hate that move. That move is
It looks well. It's not like It doesn't seem like that could be a finisher, but I think for who she is, it's like it looked like she killed her.
See, that's not even what I'm saying. I just think it looks dangerous.
Oh, I think it's very dangerous. Yeah. If you land incorrectly or something like that, you can like break ribs, collapse lung or some shit.
And
like
again,
that.
like it's also like, who am I to say? I don't know. Like she could be doing it in the safest. Like for all I know, the opponent's not feeling.
But hey, I'm lying there and I see that coming. I'm gonna be a little scared.
It looks.
I'm gonna be a little scared
because she grabs on the ropes to like absorb the impact, like to come down. If you let go of those ropes,
forget about it.
That's all, that's full impact.
Lyra's in the hospital.
It looks scary.
It does look scary.
But
who used to do it? Yokozuna used to do it years ago. And there's a clip where it was like the guy he was facing, I think it turned into like a shoot or something like that. I don't know if the guy did something backstage or in the ring or whatever. So when Yokozuna landed on him, it was like,
He gave it to him.
And Yokozuna was like 600 pounds at the time. It like looking at it, it was like, holy shit. You would have thought that guy died.
Dutch mantle
killing on Yokozuna, killing jobbers. Yeah, I forget who. Maybe it was so
Dan
brutal.
Dubile.
Yeah. I mean, it was like a jobber. It wasn't anyone like
the bonsai drop's what he calls it. That's
brutal
crazy.
move.
Damn.
Yeah, I'd be scared to take something like that.
Yeah, no kidding. But yeah, I don't want to repeat what you said, but yeah, I agree with all that. Nia's definitely improved. She doesn't not deserve it. It makes sense, especially with her her with the crown. She already kind of has this kind of obnoxious.
She's gonna be so
character.
obnoxious.
That's
with
the
it
thing.
now.
So
yeah.
now with the crown, it adds so much more. Lyra looked great.
She did.
They're
gonna keep. They still have the strap on her. They're still gonna shoot her to the moon and all that stuff. She's gonna be a very prominent part of the Raw show, especially now without Rhea and Becky. She might be off TV for a little bit.
Right.
Like having her elevating her, even though she lost here, she's gonna be a big focal point of that women's division.
Because then on Raw, Lyra Valkyria goes on to defeat Kairi Sane. And then they showed Io Sky backstage, frustrated, tearing apart the room, whatever. So yeah, they're definitely. I think this was to keep the momentum going. Even like you said, even though she lost, this was a good
bounce back match, perhaps.
Even bounce back, but hey, she was this close from winning Queen of the Ring,
finals.
so she's still someone to be reckoned with.
100%.
Did come at the expense of a damage control loss, but it's building some story with Io going crazy backstage, and I didn't mind it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I am all in on Lyra. I think she's the future. She's so sick.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a cool match. Gunther defeats Randy Orton to become the King of the Ring.
Really
great,
good match. Really good match.
So my takeaways: unbelievable match. I think would have been match of the night if not for the main event. IMO. Some of the best selling we've ever seen from Randy. He was selling his back.
Since he's been back, man. It's like he's just really playing into the whole I was gone for a year and a half. I'm older now and stuff. And he does it so. It looks like he gets dropped on his back. It literally looks like he's not going to be able to walk or his knee, whatever. It's so good.
He added something happened with his knee in the match. They kept on selling the back thing that he's it's always in the back of everyone's mind. Randy's back surgery. Randy's back isn't what it used to.
It'll always be there.
No, it is insane that we're getting this. We're still at, what is he, 50 something or what?
No, I think
younger,
he's 42, 43, maybe 44.
Only reason that was in my head because Edge and Christian.
Yeah. Randy says he wants to wrestle until he's
44. Oh, okay.
Just turned 44 a few months ago. He says he wants to go until 50, and the way he's looking, I don't see why. He's
honestly not as old as I thought he was. I thought he was closer to a Cena.
I mean, when he debuted, bro, he was so young. Yeah. He was so young.
But so was that 30 years or whatever the fuck we've been getting
wild.
This level or 20, probably closer 25 or whatever. We get this level of Randy Orton.
We need to be grateful for it.
It's crazy. He's still going to the level he's going. It's impressive.
Really is.
Really, really great match. the only thing. Orton's shoulders were up by a mile during the pin.
They're at least playing into it. Because afterwards, Corey Graves like, I want to see a replay on the other side. Triple H addressed it. I think maybe they'll address it on SmackDown tomorrow.
Well, they said it on Raw.
On Raw, they mentioned it too.
Which, like, I wouldn't even call that playing into it. Because, like, I think Corey Graves just kind of went like, and all he said was like, Orton's shoulders were up, but the referee's decision's final.
It's like you can't not acknowledge it.
Yeah.
Because it's so obvious. I mean,
it's good that they're acknowledging it, but like there's not much you can do.
I wonder if it was meant to be like that. Because of how obvious it was.
I think it was. I really think it was a mistake. Well, I don't think.
I think we'll see on SmackDown tomorrow. Like if they, I mean, maybe they turn a storyline. Maybe the storyline comes out of it. Like they're gonna just build off of it because of it was a mistake. But it was a tough finish.
I honestly just see them just
scripted or not,
just going for going. Yeah, I didn't. It hampered the match a little bit for me. It was tough.
I mean, they could because. It was for a world championship match. So Randy Orton can be like, I got screwed out of a world championship match. Rematch. Like, I still want my match type of thing. And, I mean, people are saying maybe Cody because when they announced it was for the championship, people
I really thought
Cody Randy at SummerSlam. Yeah. Come on.
They even shook hands backstage. Yeah.
They were doing backstage stuff. Maybe that still happens. Maybe they play this out and it's like Randy ends up getting a championship match at SummerSlam still. Who knows? But
I would even like even if they run back on SmackDown Gunther Randy.
Sure, they could. Yeah, they could do that.
I don't know.
It is also crazy to me that Gunther is going to get the championship match because it's like crazy. Because I don't know because the Clash of the Castle is in 3 weeks. It's going to be they announced at the show it's going to be Damian versus Drew at Clash of the Castle because Drew is cleared. I would be like, I want Damian to have a longer reign than just 2 months, just to kind of like, I don't know, cement him as not like what do they call it? A transitional champion. Yeah. But like, man, there's no way Drew is losing in Scotland. He lost 2 years ago at Clash. You're telling me he's going to lose again? I know he just signed his contract and everything.
Especially because Gunther's not losing to Damian. But he can lose to Drew.
He could lose to Drew.
Lose to Drew for sure.
Maybe there's some screwy thing that happens, and at SummerSlam it's a triple threat match, or
I don't know.
Because like the whole timeline of things is fucking me up. Because I thought Drew CM Punk could have been the match at SummerSlam, but if Drew wins,
having Clash in the Castle slid in the middle is confusing.
That's tough because now it's Gunther Drew, but where is CM Punk? If CM Punk's even back, he might not even be back at that point. I don't know. So I'm surprised Gunther's getting a world championship match this early. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I mean, if they give it to him, I'm not going to be mad about it.
Sure.
Because he's going to be a fucking amazing world heavyweight champion. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it.
I would feel different if it wasn't like, because Drew's going to win at Clash of the Castle. I really think.
Right. I would assume so.
If we were getting Gunther versus Damian, I would have been like, oh, they probably shouldn't do Gunther Damian, because I don't think Damian's.
You don't think he's walking into SummerSlam as champion? Because then we got Money in the Bank.
I don't think he's walking out as champion.
Sure,
because I don't think Damian beating Gunther is realistic.
I think SummerSlam is a good cutoff for him as a world champion. I think that's like the furthest you go, because at that point after that, you have so many people on the roster that can compete for the belt.
Well, I'm fine with Damian having it for a long time. It's more so I just don't. If he faces Gunther, he's not winning.
There's no way. That's what I haven't beat Gunther. That would be a tough loss for Gunther.
But also, is Drew losing in his fucking, well, not his home country. Not in Scotland,
I think it is.
Like,
I think it is.
In Scotland?
I think it is. It's in Scotland. Yeah, I think it is his home country.
Not good with geography.
Me neither. He did this whole thing on Raw where he was like, because you don't teach geography in America and stuff like that, and he was like doing a little demonstration.
So it's in the United Kingdom. I get maybe Scotland's a part of the United Kingdom. Let's see.
Yeah, look it up.
Scotland, a part of the UK. Yes. Hell yeah. Okay. So yeah, it's in his home kingdom. And Great Britain.
Because maybe CM Punk gets involved. Maybe he cost Drew the match at Clash of the Castle. But like then CM Punk gets heel heat, which he's not supposed to be the bad guy. But again, it's just in Scotland. You come back to America, and then people are going to be bored.
I mean, are we even... So, I mean, that's also just going on the assumption we're getting... Well, that would be in August, though. Punk return by SummerSlam.
Yeah, I don't know what his timeline is.
But he does look like last time we heard, he seems solid.
He's out of the sling, I think.
Yeah.
So I guess it depends on what Punk's timeline is. They have a lot going on here.
They have a lot going on. I would say Drew wins at Clash. Drew Gunther straight up at SummerSlam. Drew wins. Drew just beats Gunther, because I think that's a fine.
That's a fine loss for Gunther for sure. And it is his first match for a world championship on the main roster.
So it's a little bit of now you're with the big boys,
right?
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I think that's fine. And then you can do, Punk Drew for the title doesn't have to happen at SummerSlam.
No,
that can get pushed to, I don't know, fucking whatever.
I mean, that could be a WrestleMania. Yeah, I don't know. There's just a whole lot. There's a mix of guys, and fucking Braun Strowman came out and did a face to face with Damian Priest, and it's like, okay, what is this guy doing here?
Having Randy win, if Randy won,
that would have made things so much clearer.
Because then he just faces and loses Cody at SummerSlam.
Easy.
Boom.
Easy. Easy. We don't have to worry about anybody else. Yeah. It's so easy. But now it's like Gunther, Punk.
So I do think Gunther should have won, but now it's like, well, now they're set. Now he has to lose, because I think it's he can't win the world title yet. I don't think it's
so. Too.
Not that he can.
I don't think it's too early. I'm surprised that they would pull the trigger this early.
That's what I
think he could. I think he's legitimate enough where he could.
Yeah.
I'm just surprised that they're doing it so fast.
Because they got a Damian with it now. They got Damian, Drew, Punk, who are all like the next in line.
And like Gunther had the IC belt for 660 something days, and it's like he just won King of the Ring. You don't need to give him a belt yet. You can hold off a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. There's a lot going on. It's very confusing. All I know, even with Randy losing, I still hope we get Randy Cody at SummerSlam. I still think that's a money match.
Yeah, I guess they could. They could do that.
I don't see why not. I still think they could do that.
I think they could do that for sure. But
yeah.
It would be funny, and like you wouldn't like. Who cares? You wouldn't be thinking of it by the time it happens. But it would be funny for Randy to lose this match and then get the arguably more important title match. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, sure.
But like, fuck it, who cares?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, a lot to
Isn't Clash of the Castle in like 2 weeks?
Yeah, 2-3 weeks. It's coming up quick. There's a lot of pay-per-views coming up.
It's like the 15th, isn't it? Or am I wrong? 2024 date. 15th.
Yeah, 12 o'clock too.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good time. That's a great time, actually.
Let's look at the
I think Money in the Bank is after that.
Oh, it is in Scotland. Well, it says Scotland, but the other thing...
Clash of the Castle.
Okay, Scotland. It's in Glasgow. It is in Glasgow. Yeah. Okay. Oh, it's at the... Is that Drake's OVO?
OVO.
That's funny.
OVO.
The only thing announced Damian versus Drew. Interesting stuff.
Yeah. No, we'll see.
I mean, yeah, he's on the
fucking cover, dude. There's no way he's losing, right? There's no way.
It's set up. Yeah, it's set
unless
up.
Unless they really do the whole CM Punk costume again. I don't know.
No, they're in Scotland.
They can't. He lost to Roman last time. You can't do it to him again. You can't.
Didn't Drew beat... Who won? Drew and Gunther had a match, like a singles match before. Who won that?
I think Gunther did, because that was during the IC... That was during the IC SummerSlam.
Okay.
And then they had the triple threat with Sheamus, which obviously Gunther won as well.
So
Drew's never beaten Gunther. Yeah.
Interesting
It would be a great match. It'll be a great match.
It'll be crazy,
yeah.
All right, moving on. Cody Rhodes retains the WWE Championship against Logan Paul in, I'll say it, my match of the night. This was so fucking fun.
I mean, it's just repetitive at this point. Every time fucking Logan Paul steps in that ring, man, I'm like, this guy's a natural.
He's a
natural, dude.
He gets better every single time he steps in the ring.
And it's like, it's these big time matches too. It's not like it's just an opener for no belt. It's like, it's for the WWE Championship, and he fucking delivers.
And this was the most, you could argue this is one of the most predictable matches of the year, because there's no way Cody is gonna fucking lose.
Yeah, he beats Roman, then loses to Logan.
But he took that, and there was a few false finishes and a few times where you're like, oh, Logan almost had that. My favorite part, which I learned some facts about this afterward, which are really cool. But Logan, is up on the turnbuckle. He's done this move before. He does the frog splash from the turnbuckle to the announcer's table. And there was this drone shot that did a 360 around him. And the time, like, this was the moment where it's like, he was born for this. The fucking drone does a he's up on the top, whatever. Crowd's going crazy. The drone's going around him. It gets not right by him, and he spits out very Triple H
great shot.
Spits it out.
Great shot.
And he timed it because the drone shot was still spinning. He times it out where that drone was right behind him, and then he jumped. The timing and the awareness of the camera was so perfect. And then what I learned afterward was, I think Logan tweeted this. I thought he talked about it on the podcast, but I think he might have just tweeted this, where he said that was he had that idea like for a while ago. That 360 drone shot, like everything from it was gonna be a frog splash off a turnbuckle, 360 drone shot was his idea.
Dude, he just knows. He just knows. He gets it. He gets the entertainment part.
He understands.
He gets the camera. He understands everything that goes into it. The dude was born to be a sports entertainer. He was born to be a WWE wrestler.
It's crazy.
It's like every time. It's like not hard to believe, but it's like like Logan fucking Paul is doing this.
And he's had such an extensive and up and down publicly career.
Yeah.
And at this point in his career, at the age of 29, after all the good and bad stuff he's done, career wise, to now like be like, oh, this was my calling, you know?
Dude, it's like,
oh, this is it. You know, it's crazy.
Again, say what you want, you know, about him personally, whether you like him or not. Like, you know, people make mistakes. You fuck up, you know, when you're young and shit like that. It seems like he's just really put everything together. You mature, you learn, and it's like you find your calling. For him, it's podcasting and fucking being a WWE wrestler, and he's great at both of them. So yeah, I mean, kudos to him, really. But yeah, the match was great. Cody Rhodes hit a move. It was the where he had Logan behind him.
Oh,
he picked him up and drops him on his neck. That's a move that has been banned for.
The fuck was that called? Executioner or something
like that? Maybe.
I forget what it's
but
called.
Dude, they allowed Cody to do a move that's been banned for a very long time. Very scary looking move, but obviously Logan Paul, they did it safely.
There was some brass knuckles shenanigans, blah blah blah, whatever.
But you expect that.
Cody to finish the match. I love this.
This was amazing. I know what you're gonna say. It was
Why
so
did
good.
He say
I don't know, but I think it's perfect for his character. It's just like it makes sense.
Gets him up. I'm Cody Rhodes, bitch. Why did he say that? I love it. I have no idea. It's not like...
It's wondering why he said it. That makes it so good. It's Cody Rhodes, man.
It's not like Logan was going... Like, it would make... Like, during this whole thing, Logan was going, because I'm Logan Paul. Which maybe he kind of was.
Yeah.
I'm Cody Rhodes, bitch.
It's like this... It's like they didn't do a promo battle before where Logan's like, I'm Logan Paul, bitch. And he goes, yeah, I'm Cody Rhodes, bitch. Oh, man. It was...
Let me play the clip. I'm Cody Rhodes, bitch.
It's so good.
I didn't even like when I was watching it live on stream and he first said it, and I was like, "What?
What did he just?
What did he say?" I like rewound it, and I was like, "He said I'm Cody Rhodes, bitch. What did he say?"
I hope he says that now every time he hits
I'm Cody Rhodes, bitch.
That's his catchphrase. The way he I'm Cody Rhodes, bitch, gets wide-eyed.
Cody Rhodes, bitch. It's so fucking funny and out of nowhere.
He hits 3 crossroads.
Don't like that.
I don't think he had it. That needs to be saved.
3
for Roman. Absolutely. When he fights The Rock eventually,
he beat Logan Paul the same way he beat Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. I don't know.
You could have kept it at the I'm Cody Rhodes bitch in one of them. He's not kicking out after one of them. So,
yeah. But even two, fine.
Maybe it's like 1 is for a regular match. 2, title defense against a good opponent. 3, the big guys, Roman, Rock, Randy, maybe if they face at SummerSlam. You know what I mean?
People are defending. It's like, well, he is the United States champion. Well, he is like, yeah, he does have credibility.
Yeah, that's why you get the extra one. That's why you get the 2. That's why you get the 2.
I agree with you. That's my one thing. Didn't need 3
because people get the champion. I get what you're saying, but then it's like, okay, just look back to how he won the belt. he had to hit Roman with 3. You're telling me he has to hit Logan with 3?
Yeah.
Again, still fantastic match of the night, in my opinion, your opinion. But could have been without. They could have done it without one less Crossroads.
I agree, so, and if that's the only takeaway, then I'm fine with that.
Then I'm fine with it, exactly.
Yeah, that was. I had a ball.
Great match.
Where's Logan go from here, though?
Still the U.S. champ. So
I mean,
they have the money, and they have obviously Clash the Castle, which I doubt he'll defend the belt.
I doubt he's there.
Then they have Money in the Bank, and then SummerSlam. So
wow, I mean, Money in the Bank's in July.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. They have, like I said, they have a lot of fucking pay-per-views coming up.
Yeah, so maybe fucking Gunther could have his title shot at Money in the Bank for all we know.
Wait, what'd you say?
Wait, was it announced?
No, it's for SummerSlam. Oh, it's for SummerSlam. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, maybe he's like, I don't want to wait, and I don't know. But yeah, it's meant to be for SummerSlam.
That makes sense. Yeah, I've kind of forgot about. I typed in Money in the Bank SummerSlam 2024. Kind of forgot. Money in the Bank is fucking slid in there, huh? July 6th.
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
It's like there's only a few weeks in between.
I was gonna say
events.
Got Clash at the Castle.
It's the 15th,
and then what? So 2 or 3 weeks later,
Money in the Bank, and then I think there's a full month to SummerSlam. Which
SummerSlam should be at like the end of August, isn't it?
I think it's it used to be the end of August. I think it's the beginning this year.
August 3rd.
Yeah, very
what
early.
The hell?
Yeah. It used to be always end of August. I think, maybe not last year, the year before, it was like end of July.
That's early. Yeah, I always do remember it. I know we do this every single show, but who is this guy? Let's look for the schedule. Okay, WrestleMania. Okay. Backlash at France.
They're skipping over Clash the Castle. Yeah, I don't know why they don't have it. So June 15th.
Oh, and then Bash in Berlin is the 31st of August. Yeah,
so that's not even a full month. I mean, it is at least close to a month, 4 weeks.
God.
But still.
There's so much. I haven't distinguished between Clash at the Castle and Bash in Berlin.
It's the same. It's like the same type of fucking thing.
Wow.
Like the CNC B&B type of show. I don't know what you call that.
Because then what's Drew? I mean, is Drew going into Berlin? Or is Gunther?
No, it's got to be Gunther's got to go into Berlin as champ, right?
Oh, what the fuck? They got
I don't want Drew to have another short reign, man. I want him to have a good reign. Because if he wins at Clash the Castle, he's only going to have the belt for a month and a half.
Because Gunther winning in Berlin is equal to
maybe
Drew in Scotland.
Yeah, maybe Drew beats Gunther at SummerSlam, but then Gunther gets a rematch at Berlin, and that's where he wins it. So it's like he gets his Drew moment in his
I could honestly see Drew beating him in Berlin. I don't know if I can.
I mean, I don't know. There's so much going on. There's a lot. There's just so much going on.
It's crazy how simple it would be if Randy just won.
It really would.
Which is fine. I'm glad it's not simple, but
yeah.
Okay. Move on to some AEW Double or Nothing. Great fucking show.
Great show.
Say what you will about AEW. People are it's popular dog on it right now.
A lot of great matches.
Dynamite hasn't, Dynamite's been up and down. They're not in their prime. I can admit that. But Double or Nothing.
Great show. This is their WrestleMania.
They can put on a hell of a pay-per-view.
That's going from 5 matches to 10. Big jump from one night to the next.
So, Predictions Championship, if you want to get that.
Was on the line. I didn't even know if I won after.
You didn't even know you were defending it.
I didn't even know I was defending it.
But as we were talking before this, I think we know the winner, but I ended with 40 points.
And I ended with 54.
Wow.
The only match I didn't get was the Trent versus Cassidy. Cassidy won, and that was for 1 confidence point.
Wow. That's great. Wait, you did choose Moxley.
I did, because I kept with it. I just changed the point.
Oh, I forgot.
Because he was initially my 9 or 8, I think. But then you told me it wasn't for the belt. And I was like, fuck. I don't know, but I did keep him still.
Jericho, Mercedes. Yeah, because you chose the Elite. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good
Yeah,
picks,
I had the Elite. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I wasn't a sweep. I think that was my best performance for predictions for a payper-view or PLE, whatever you want to call it.
I would say so. Hell yeah.
But yeah, no, I'll take it.
We're going into
first defense in a while, in a long time.
So we will be going into Scotland.
I will be walking into Scotland as the champion. Correct.
Crazy.
Yes, that is the next time I'll be defending my belt.
In about 2 or 3 weeks. That's
I got no. It's gonna be a busy summer.
Busy summer. Okay. we're running out of time here on the main show.
So heavy hitters.
We're gonna make sure we're getting the heavy hitters here, which is really, I mean, like, God, everything was so good.
I know,
so good. Okay, we'll start. Well, fuck it. Will Ospreay defeats Rodrick Strong to win the International Championship.
Yeah.
Also, I won't hard stop at an hour if we're, So everyone, take a breath. We're fine. Will Ospreay defeats Rodrick. Crazy opener.
Yeah.
This was fucking what. Will Ospreay's the best.
He's
in
the best.
He's the best wrestler in the fucking world.
It's really hard to think of a wrestler that's better than him. I mean, just like, not just like in ring, but like he's so over with the crowd. I think he's just the perfect he's the best star for AEW.
So good.
Like they really they signed a good one. Like him being there he's gonna do wonders for that company moving forward.
He's the next like Kenny Omega.
Yeah,
for sure.
100%. I think it's just every match he delivers. You can count on him. He is going to be a fighting champion. I mean, will people say maybe he got a belt too early?
See, right.
Maybe,
that's the only
but
thing.
Like, I don't think so because like Okada won a championship within a month of him being there. And it's like Will Ospreay, he's the best wrestler in the world.
I think he's so established where it's like WWE isn't even building.
It's not like he just debuted in AEW. I was like, oh, who's this guy?
Right.
It's like he's been around forever, and he's had matches in AEW before at Forbidden Door, other shows, whatever. All In last year.
No, I think giving him the belt, he's clearly the best in the world. Of course, he's gonna win the fucking belt out the gate.
And credit to Rodrick Strong. I think he did have
great
for the reign that he had. I think it was really solid.
Oh yeah, it was
putting
fine.
This belt on Will Ospreay, I think is going to do like wonders for this belt. Like you put the Continental Championship on Okada, is going to do does wonders for it. Putting the International belt on Will Ospreay does wonders for it, especially since Cassidy lost it and it's like it was kind of being like a hot potato for a little bit. Yeah, I think it makes sense for him to win it, and he's like I said, the right man won. He's gonna have a great reign. So
he goes to use the Tiger Driver, which is retired. It was per the request of Don Callis. Rodrick Strong ends up getting out of it. He doesn't end up using it.
I forget that he is in the Don Callis family still.
It's
still has ties
it's so
to it.
dumb.
Yeah.
He's like, it's like he's so not in it, and then for like a little bit of, it was like, oh, remember Don Callis is still he needs to.
Because at this point he's a baby.
It.
He's becoming a baby face.
He's a huge baby face. I mean, he faced Rodrick Strong.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. He needs to break off. And plus, like we saw, like Trent Beretta is with Don Callis now. Like it's taken. Excuse me.
You might have to lower my mic when that happens. Yeah, it's like a group of all heels. Which, like, at first,
I don't like the Don Callis family at all. I don't like. I'm not a Don Callis
I was watching
guy.
Dynamite last night, and he was in the ring. I was like, oh, I feel like I haven't seen this guy, or like, I feel like this hasn't really been relevant in a while. Because I think Hobbs is in the group too, and he's
Hobbs,
hurt.
Takeshita. There's a couple other people.
I forget there's a family. There's a whole family involved, but yeah,
it's dumb.
It is dumb.
Yeah, he's better off without him. Will Ospreay is, but. Yeah, great match. This was fun. Again, we're praising Will Ospreay, but like Rodrick Strong also.
Yeah, he deserves his flowers.
Fucking unbelievable.
For sure.
This was crazy. And then, whoa. Whoa. Buckle up.
Yeah.
A surprise Adam Cole makes his way to the ring. Just, classic, just yelling at the audience and blah, blah, blah. I heard that. Showing face. I heard that a lot of what ends up happening is because he's not really close to returning. Pulls out the devil mask. Lights go out. Video package plays of some old house, and they go into this
GoPro
room.
footage or something
right.
like that.
And it's a room full of all these like MJF memories. They got the dog collar. They got pictures of him winning whatever.
They have the mannequin thing with the scarf on it.
His music hits. MJF is back.
Yep.
Sporting the denim and leather Triple H jacket.
Yep, 100%.
Interesting
Very
stuff.
tan, too.
Very tan.
Very tan. Very tan MJF.
Makes his way to the ring. Him and Adam Cole are iffy.
Didn't take his eyes off of Adam Cole.
Gives him a hug. Steps back. Boom.
Boom.
Kick to the groin. Get him out of my ring. Runs down Adam Cole a little bit. Which, like I was kind of saying, I learned afterward that like Adam Cole is not anywhere close to being whatever. So they kind of did the Adam Cole involved stuff to like just get past it. We'll get, wrap that up and whatever.
Sure.
He goes, oh, I've missed him so fucking much.
Dude, he is like, this really is a highlight of AEW, bro.
This promo was just like, oh, I missed this. Mm-hmm. I'm the greatest wrestler on God's green earth.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm done with the kangaroo kicks. I'm sick of the ha-has and stuff like that.
He goes, I don't need a New Japan or a Vince McMahon to make MJF. Mm-hmm. He said there's no more bullshit, no more kangaroo kicks. Now I'm driven by hate.
I love it.
He's fucking back.
Because he can be a heel. At this point, he can be a heel, but like people will still cheer him because of the act. But like he can play both. He can really play both. He proved that he can be a really good babyface, but like his natural character is being a heel.
And I think my take on that is I think they kind of lost the trail a little bit toward the end of that. Because I thought that beginning and even like mid...
it was the perfect mix.
It was really good. Like him starting with Adam Cole, and he really toned down the like, you got a more babyface, less aggressive, whatever. I think the story being told was good. Like everything about it was good until the tail end.
Right.
And even some of those later promos.
Said that story of them being as a tag team at one point, I think was the best. It was better than the Bloodline story that was going on 1000%. And even he alluded to like how he was sick of the storyline and stuff. He goes, this is bullshit. Took the mask, did the Ric Flair, whatever elbow, threw it in the crowd. So I'm done with this shit.
Throwing it on the ground and doing the fucking
so good,
like full impact.
Takes
elbow
off the
drop.
jacket. Loved it. So good, so good.
Yeah, he definitely kind of, because like everything up to like that kind of end there, the devil stuff was because like toward the end there, then it was like, oh, his promos he used to be the best promo in the game. Now they're like, they really lost the trail there. But I kind of like that he was just like, it was a little tongue in cheek with him elbow dropping it and he's like, get that out of the way.
Right.
I'm going back to what made me this guy that's cut like. He's just, like you said, he's driven by hate. He's cutting insane promos. The intensity is back. Yep. And then he reveals a bet on yourself AEW tattoo on his calf. Wait, I know. It is funny. Go ahead.
I got two things to say.
Okay, I got one.
One shitty tattoo. It could have been.
Really?
I think the idea of it is good. I think it could have been done a lot better.
You think so? I didn't think it was bad.
I think the line work was a little to me. Listen, I got a few tattoos.
Me too, brother.
Not all of them are great. I'm not going to sit here and say that they're all fucking masterpieces. But I just think, like, look at the
circle's
BET,
not great. Like
the line, it's not lined up. It's not like curving correctly. It's like yours going one way and then the self kind of goes another way. It just could have. I like the tat.
My only thing is like the perspective of the chip is a little warped. That's kind of my
like the
thing.
T. It kind of looks like it's going into the chip a little bit. I just think it could have been done. Listen, this is my beef.
Interesting.
This is my beef with people that have a lot of money. Go to a good tattoo artist. I'm not trying to shit on this tattoo artist, but like, man, you got a lot of money. Use those extra few $100 to get a better one.
Okay,
that's my one thing.
Oh, you can kind of even see like it's bleeding. Like the AEW is bleeding into the shadow around it.
I like the idea of it. I think it's a cool tattoo. It's not a terrible tattoo. I'm very picky. I pick them up. When I see something like that, I can't help but notice the flaws in it. Right. Second thing, and obviously it's not happening anytime soon, but this is one of those, like, in a few years from now, if he does end up going to WWE, where it's like, oh, remember this when he got this AEW tattoo type of thing. Not that it's a big thing, but I'm just saying it's.
Well, I thought you were going to say something different.
What would you think I was going to say?
I thought related is what I was going to say, and it's related to that. Is because if he's young, you don't know where he's gonna go. I truly think he's gonna be in WWE one day. He got it low enough where it's covered up.
Oh, they can cover it. 1,000%. But I'm just saying, like, it's a picture that'll become resurfaced. Like,
I get what you're saying. Like on the internet, it'll be like, remember when you? Yeah.
So like 5-10 years from now, it's like MJF signs WWE. The first thing you'll see in the replies is, remember you got that? Yeah. You know what I mean?
You're right.
But it will be covered up, I'm sure.
And that's what I think is funny about it. Is it's like, it is a cool, like, I like it. I like the idea of like, he's an AEW guy. He got it tatted on him. This is the company that made him, and I appreciate his dedication.
And it's where you started and stuff like that. Sure. So I think that makes that perfectly makes sense.
But it is a little funny. You got it in a place that your wrestling boot covers it.
He didn't get he didn't get it on his arm.
Didn't get it on his chest. He got so it's like it is a little bit
low enough.
It is a little bit funny. That's like it is funny. But and I get it. I would do the same fucking thing because like why would you would you compromise? You don't know what's gonna happen. You got why would you get AEW on your face?
Exactly.
Exactly. I mean?
But that's just something that I thought of.
No, you're right. Yeah, for sure. I love
and
this
also
one.
just added to it too, just the whole I'm not leaving, right? Which
so he said this, I love this. He goes, in AEW, you didn't call me the Wolf of Wrestling because I'm not fucking leaving.
So good. I was like, Wolf of Wrestling.
Like, what do you mean? I didn't know where you going with
that. I'm not fucking leaving.
Because I'm not fucking leaving. Like, God, I missed him,
dude.
I love him. I missed him.
It's one of those
much.
things too where it's like, man, AEW's missing something. What is that? What are they missing? He comes out, does that promo. That's what we've been missing.
I don't get the Triple H jacket. I don't know why. I don't. Apparently,
roided it up, coming back, roided it out of his mind. Just the return.
Again, I'm not claiming to have known this. I saw this as a reply or whatever. I guess Triple H wore that jacket a lot, like throughout whatever that run was. But I guess he wore it during his return in 2002.
His big return, he came out with it. And he was, I mean, you want to talk about being roided up. I mean, that guy at that point in time, holy shit. Because he was, I think it was a quad injury or something like that. They came back from it. It's like the difference of how he looked. Look at that.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Come on.
Come on, dude.
Jesus.
No shot. It is a sick jacket. It's a really
But I just don't get. Like, I don't know.
Just
I get the reference, but like,
come on. Look at him. Are you fucking kidding
sick.
me?
The thing is, I like it. I'm not saying it's not sick.
I love the logo too.
It just doesn't help the AEW has to mention WWE,
and he also mentioned Vince McMahon too. I think that kind of That's fine. That's fine because I don't think it's like. I get it. Like you also mentioned, it's not like you just mentioned Vince. You mentioned New Japan as well,
and especially because it relates to him to the point he eventually got to of not signing.
Because everyone was like, "Is he going to sign with WWE?
Yeah.
Is he gonna exactly?" So I think that was fine. People were kind of picking at that on the internet, but like, first of all, MJF kind of does that all the time. It's like he kind of breaks the fourth wall in that sense.
Sure,
I don't mind the jacket.
No, I like it too. Yeah,
I think it looked sick, but I don't know.
I don't get. Yeah. It also like didn't like that's not he doesn't wear it didn't
it's a new look.
It's a new look.
I think the whole thing maybe he's done with the scarf and stuff like that because when he was in the room and stuff he kind of ditched the scarf and everything, so maybe that's the look.
I don't know. I just
he wants to be the Triple H of AEW.
And maybe
I don't know.
Yeah, it's just
he was so tan.
Yeah,
he was too tan.
I honestly didn't until I watched it back. I didn't really notice in the moment.
Yeah, he was really representing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so, but hey, MJF is back. That's the most important thing, so.
Yeah, I was fired up for that. All right, last match we're going to talk about before we head over to the bonus. Let's see. Let's talk about Adam Copeland and Malakai Black.
Man.
Unless you want to talk about, unless you got another one in mind. But I think that's
fine.
Newsworthy wise, I think that's the most.
Adam, what are we doing? Jumping off of steel cages at 50, bro?
Love it.
You can't be landing on your knees.
We'll get to that. So Adam Copeland defeats Malakai Black in a barbed wire steel cage match to retain the TNT Championship, as we will then, we'll talk about. But before we get to that, though, just an insane
great match. Great match.
Two guys bloodied up. We got Brood Copeland coming out to a Slayer song. He comes out, whole new attitude.
Presentation was awesome.
Presentation was sick. The fire. Commentary was like, this is a reference to a prior iteration of, weapons were used immediately. All right, so I guess we'll just go to the barbed wire is used. Everyone's wrapped in barbed wire. I think eventually there was a barbed wire spear that happened toward the end there, but Malakai Black, it's on the table, pretty sure wrapped in barbed wire. Copeland goes all the way up to the cage, hits a fucking, like you said, at 50 years old, goes for an elbow drop from the top of the cage to the table. And when I saw him land feet first,
as soon as he landed,
I was so scared.
As soon as he landed on his feet, I go, there is no way something didn't just blow up or fracture or something.
That was one of the scariest landings I've seen in a minute.
There was a there was a clip resurfacing. It was like of WCW, and it was when I think Randy Savage did like a very similar thing where he went for a move and then just straight, or yeah, I think it was Randy Savage on Hulk Hogan or something like that. Listen, 50 years old, wanted to do a huge spot like that.
Shit.
Respect. But man, you really gotta make sure you hit it, because at your old age, those
I
knees...
can't believe he landed on his legs. Holy shit. So it would be learned after through a video that Copeland posted. He said that he broke his tibia. Yeah. And then later on Dynamite, EVP Bucks would use that. I forget who it was. I think it was Matt Jackson.
He's like, that's not me. I told him to break a leg.
It's all my fault. They relinquished him with the TNT Championship on Dynamite, but
wanted to give it to Jack Perry right away.
Yeah.
Which I get.
Also, though, that means, because that wasn't the end of the match. That moment.
He kept going.
That means he wrestled the rest of that match with a broken tibia.
Doesn't feel good.
And he hit a spear.
Yeah.
He hit a running spear after that.
That's tough. That's tough.
A broken tibia.
Yeah.
Holy shit. I've seen people, and it's mainly just like, people that don't watch AEW to be like, AEW is stupid. AEW is just backyard wrestling. And now I've been seeing people like, just for the fact that Copeland signed with AEW and he's doing stuff in AEW, everyone's like, I've seen people trashing on.
They were like, if he was in WWE, they wouldn't have let him do that, or like
not even like
that,
for the spot, just like even before this, just in general of just being like, like Copeland's in the whatever second rate, just like whatever. You gotta give the man fucking credit,
dude,
for that insane move, for wrestling the rest of the match with a broken tibia, for fighting through it. They end up even breaking out of the cage, which again, I'll defend this again. I'll defending this match for another point. People were like, oh, they don't even know the rules of a steel cage. It was said at the beginning, it's pinfall or submission. Didn't say escape the cage. So that's out the window. Right. Adam got attacked by Buddy and Brody. And then, I'm debating whether to move on to it or not. But anyway, fun moment. All of a sudden, Gangrel appears out from the fucking hell of the ring.
Love it.
He pops up, helps Adam win the match. They have a nice moment afterward. This match was fucking
It was insane.
Awesome.
It was insane.
Even like everything from the Gangrel stuff to the Brood reference to like the high spots, the blood.
Hey, at least Edge got his he got his Gangrel. Not interference, but like he was with him there, because I know he wanted him for his WrestleMania match against Finn when they did the Brood, and they didn't allow it, or like it just didn't happen, whatever. So he got his moment with Gangrel, which I think was sick, because God knows, I don't know how long he's going to be gone. I think I read somewhere that a normal it's like 6 to 9 months maybe, and that he's 50, so like
he's gonna miss
be closer to a year.
Timeline's looking like he's gonna miss All In,
which is tough. But
what's nice at least is like during I don't know if you watched the video of him, he seemed in good spirits. He just kind of he gave the news, and he was even like kind of said what you were saying at the beginning. He was like, sometimes I forget I'm 50, and my body reminded me that I'm 50.
Yeah, no more jumping off of cages moving forward.
That's kind of what he said. Yeah. He was just like, he was basically I don't know how, he was kind of like, I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah. He was like, my mind is younger than my body is, and I got reminded of that fact.
He was having a great run. I mean, you could tell how much fun he was having. Oh, yeah. Again, having all these fresh matches, new opponents, having that TNT title run, the Cope Open and stuff like that. He was doing his thing in AEW. He was able to fight people and do these matches that he wasn't able to have in WWE. And I think, it sucks, having that being that video of it being taken away from you and stuff like that. But he'll be back. Just gonna take some time.
Let's watch. There's 12 seconds up at the fucking tippy top.
They were bloody as fuck too.
video is flipped, but it's fine. Holy shit.
Oh, I was like, where is he?
Oh my
it's like,
God.
It's like, dude, it's not even.
Oh my God.
He didn't even try to land flat. He just like.
Oops. Yeah, I mean, like,
it's tough to watch.
You're definitely supposed to, like, you're definitely supposed to absorb some of the impact with your legs. But that's not all.
I think it's like the initial. I mean, who am I to say? But
this tweet, I don't appreciate this. Not to just go at people on Twitter. At least he went out with a bang. Fuck
Come
off.
on, no, he'll be back.
I don't don't start talking for the man on his behalf of like. Well, that's a retirement match. Fuck off.
You learn your lesson. No more shit like that.
Yeah, I think he'll be back.
Yeah,
I mean, granted, it won't be for a year,
but
we're hoping for a speedy recovery.
Yeah, for sure.
Really are.
Who knows? Everyone's bodies heal differently. Even at an older age, maybe it's faster than expected. But we'll see.
But we are going to move over to the after party,
yes,
patreon.com/Stache Club Wrestling. If you want to hear us talk about, I guess, we're mostly probably going to talk about the rest of Double or Nothing and then bleeding into Dynamite and whatever else we get into.
Whatever else.
Like we didn't really, I mean, like I kind of went over Raw by, the King of the Ring fallout, King Queen of the Ring fallout. But if you want to listen to more bonus free episode, you can do that. Please. If you're listening to this, leave us a rating. If you're listening to this audio-wise on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, leave us a rating. Tell a friend about the podcast.
Tell a friend. Tell a second cousin.
Sure.
A long-lost father
sure.
that hasn't come back after he went to go get milk. Let them know that we're on Patreon.
And we will see you next week. In the next episode. We'll see you in the after party. Until then.
Until then.
Bye.
Bye. Peace.